Do you believe that law of attraction is a powerful law? Do you believe that it is the most important thing for you to focus upon?
The last thing I said before walking up here was to Barbara outside, and I said, Esther's going to pick me.
I told you Barbara was powerful. Do you believe that law of attraction is real? So you knew it, huh?
Yeah.
So you were in a vibrational place of desire and expectation.
Yeah.
Do you believe that law of attraction is real?
Yes.
Do you believe that you are a vibrating being? Do you believe that law of attraction is responding to your vibration? Do you believe that you have control of your vibration? Do you believe that your vibration is indicated to you through the emotions that you feel? Do you believe that your vibration is about the thoughts you think? Do you believe that the thoughts you think are about your focus? Do you believe that there is a law of attraction momentum that is already going with your thoughts? Do you believe that right now you are more likely to think some things about some things than others? Do you believe that your beliefs are just thoughts that you keep thinking? Do you believe that every belief you have serves you? Do you believe that you have some beliefs that don't serve you? Do you believe that you can deactivate those beliefs? Do you believe that the way you deactivate those beliefs is by activating others? Do you believe that you can take a belief that is active and on a dime activate its exact opposite? So what has to happen in between? If a train is going 100 miles an hour that way, what is required in order for it to go 100 miles an hour that way? It slows down. So can you change a really active vibration to an opposite? You can't, can you? Didn't you like that? So do you have some beliefs that you would like to slow down? And do you think that you now know how to slow down the beliefs? And is it through lack of attention to them? So what's a way that you give a lot of attention to beliefs that you would like to slow down? What are some of the things you do that you now don't want to do? Talk about it. When you talk about things that you don't want, that's the way that you keep the momentum up. So do you think it's possible to stop talking about things that you don't want to keep moving? Could you make a decision, I'm going to talk less about things I don't want? Does that seem like a difficult thing to do? So now, in the middle of finding yourself talking about something that you didn't mean to talk about, now what's the most powerful, productive thing for you to do in the middle of catching yourself talking about something that you meant not to talk about? You could change the story a little bit, or you could give yourself a break. You could laugh. You could say, are you kidding me? 5 minutes ago, I said I wasn't going to talk about this thing that I'm talking about right now. In other words, have fun with it. Do you think that conversation having that conversation slow it? This is a really important question. So if I'm talking about something that I said I wasn't going to talk about, but I catch myself talking about it, and then I laugh about it, and then I say, I'm getting better at this, have I slowed a little bit? You have, haven't you? So now somebody else begins a conversation about this thing that you said you weren't going to talk about. And so you realize that law of attraction has put you together, so it must still be active in your vibration. So now they're talking about it, you're not. So now what's the best thing for you to do? Don't respond. They don't like it. They don't like it. They're trying to suck you in. So now what's the best thing for you to do? Don't you think that's funny? Don't you think it's funny that you said you weren't going to talk about it and the universe brought you 5 examples in the next 5 minutes? So you say, is the universe testing you? No, the universe is simply responding to you. So what's that information telling you? Is that bad information or good information? What's it telling you? I've still got this thing active in my vibration, this thing that I don't want to have active in my vibration. So now you're not talking about it, but what are you doing? You're thinking about it. Now, how you're thinking about it could speed it or slow it. Are you mad at yourself for thinking about it? If you are, does that speed it or slow it? It speeds it up, doesn't it? What if you're not mad at yourself, but happy that you caught it? Does that speed it or slow it? That slows it. So now you're observing more, and now you start noticing that that's not coming up as much in your experience. You're thinking about it now, but it's not been coming up as much. Is that a helpful thought or a not helpful thought? That's a helpful thought. Is it slowing it more or speeding it up? It's slowing it. You're directing your thoughts around it. In other words, you're directing the momentum of the vibration. So now that you have less active thoughts, because you can only think about one thing at a time, really. You think you're multitaskers, but you're really not. You're multitasking in the sense that you have this general vibration going on, and it's showing up in lots of different ways. Esther was talking to Kate, who has a new iPhone. And since Kate got her new iPhone, Kate notices Esther a lot less. Even when they're side by side. Esther will say something to her, and Kate won't respond. And Esther smiles and feels good because she likes that Kate's focused. She likes that she's not being distracted by everything that's going on around her. Is that twisting your brain into a little knot? In other words, you've been training each other to be easily distracted. You say to your children, listen to me. Doesn't matter what they're thinking about or what they're doing or what they're involved in or what they're supposed to stop on a dime and listen to you. And often they cannot, can they? And you can't either. So as you begin exercising some deliberate attention to what you're thinking about, let's back up again. So you were not thinking about it, not actively, but someone walked into your experience and they're talking about it. What does that mean to you? There's still some activity going on within me. Now, your response, your intention now is to slow the vibration of it, not to speed it. So what's the first thing that occurs to you now that we've had this conversation? You don't want to engage in a conversation about this. If you push against them, does that speed your vibration or slow it? It speeds it, doesn't it? If you give them the benefit of the doubt, does it speed your vibration or slow it? So as you think, well, they are just not as determined as I am about this, and clearly I've got some residual vibration, but in time, this conversation won't come to me at all. Now, you are oblivious to them, you're sort of ignoring them, and what do you think their experience is when you are not giving them feedback? You think they're going to keep coming back to you with that? Or have you deactivated enough that they won't come to you? So when it's not coming to you anymore, does that mean you've slowed the vibration of it? Now you've slowed the vibration of it. Now you have room in your attention process for something else. Now you can give your attention to more other things. We're really talking about airtime here. We're really talking about the amount of time that you have to focus. So is it logical to you that the less you think about unwanted things, the more time you will have to think about wanted things? Well, that's logical, but it isn't exactly the way it works. And this is why we wanted to take you through this process, because we want you to understand that how it works is this. This is so fun. It's so fun to help you realize this. You have, oftentimes without knowing it, put so much into your vortex that is active in terms of who you really are. Your inner being is active with the vibration of all of these things that you want. So when you slow the vibration of unwanted things, it's like you hold the cork under the water, but when you let go of the cork, it bobs back to the surface. Every effort you make to slow the vibration of unwanted things makes your cork bob closer and closer to the surface, so that the thoughts that you want to think will then be occurring to you. You then have access to those thoughts. Does that make sense to you? In other words, you've been thinking that deliberate creation was deliberately thinking a thought. What we're saying to you is, if you can stop doing that thing that you've been doing, if you can focus upon how you want to feel rather than on the thought that you're wanting to think, that's what we mean by getting out ahead of the vibration. You let the emotion lead you. So as you let the emotion lead you, as you let the desire for feeling happy lead you, as you find the vibrational place of that, and your vibration raises, then you will be the realizer of more positive thoughts or thoughts that feel better to you as they float, as our friend said, from the vortex into your grid. Did you follow that? Are you the creator of your own reality? Are you a vibrational being? Does law of attraction respond to your vibration? Do you have some measure of control over what that vibration is? If you find yourself in a point of negative attraction, is it any big deal? Can you cease that attraction anytime you want? Is it usually a gradual process? Will law of attraction show you the evidence of your progress? Would that be a fun thing to do? Would it be as fun as any project that you have? Moving from any place that is less wanted to a place that's more wanted? Aren't you a little bit eager about letting your vibrational countenance be a higher priority to you? Don't you want to tend to your own grid and then have the benefit of watching the manifestations come? Aren't you eager to feel what will flow into your mind in the form of ideas as your grid fills in now that your vibration is higher? Doesn't it make you sort of want to get off to yourself and chat it up a little less? Doesn't it make you want to stop texting 24 hours of every day? Doesn't it make you sort of want to withdraw? Doesn't it make you want to live under a bridge? Doesn't it make you sort of want to withdraw from the chaos of your own mind and find some soft and steady vibration of well-being? Don't you want to know what the source within you thinks? Don't you want to know what those masters who are aware of you and who are interested in you and who are helping you, don't you want to know what their impulses are? Don't you want your less helpful impulses to deactivate while more helpful impulses are activated? Don't you want to discover who you really are? Don't you want to really be the creator of your own reality? And isn't being the creator of your own reality, isn't it really being the manager of your own vibration? Do you believe in law of attraction? Do you believe that you are a vibrational being? Do you believe that you have the ability to offer your vibration deliberately? Do you believe that you have to think your way into vibration, or can you feel your way into vibration? Do you believe that the universe is responding to the vibration that is you? Do you believe that you are a worthy being? Do you believe that whether good things or bad things are coming to you in any moment, that you're still a good being? Do you believe that you can be good and undisciplined? Do you believe that you can be good and disciplined? Do you believe that it's possible to manage your thoughts with sheer willpower? No. Cut it out. It doesn't work. Do you believe that you will start the vibration at a softer place? Do you believe that every vibration will gain momentum? Do you believe that if you start out with a general vibration that feels good, it will gain momentum? Do you believe that a general vibration, as it gains momentum, will become more interesting? Do you believe that the details will fill in? So doesn't it make sense that you want to quiet your mind more often, that you want to do more things that soothe you, that you want to take a long hot shower or a long hot bath? Don't you want to take a good run on the beach? Don't you want to pet your dog or pet your cat? Don't you want to spend time doing things that take you into that soft, good feeling place? And is that the wrong approach to life? No. Is it the right approach to life? Yeah. Don't you want to live under a bridge? We're just saying. We think that there is a lot of intentionality that has been assigned for the wrong reasons. And until you get your priorities squared away, until you really, really mean it that you want to feel good, until you really, really mean it that you care about how you feel, until you really, really mean it that you know that you are a vibrational being and that law of attraction is responding to your vibration, until you really, really mean it that you are broadcasting, until you catch yourself in the middle of a broadcast and continue it on purpose because it feels good, but slow it down on purpose because it doesn't feel good. Once you do that, you are a deliberate creator. And unless you do that, you are a creator by default. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely.